so late, you know, before Wikipedia and, you know, Google at this time, you know, so I got so into it, and I ended up buying the DVDs from the States when I was in the UK, 1 to 5, you know, I rinsed it out. What's up, guys and girls? It's RichManZ back at it again with another video, and I'm joined by a very special guest who has come on now for the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth time.
Fifth time. I'm back on your screen.
That's it. Yes, and it is GQ Jamaal. How you doing?
Thank you again, man. Good. How are you doing, man?
Thank you. Man, I can't complain, man. Honestly, man, we're about to give you like one of the best, like excellent, like videos, you know. And you know, we talked about this off camera. I think this has been like a versus debate that's been talked like for a time. You know what I mean? People always say like, okay, of like the TV sitcom. So like, you know, we did our, like, you know, if you check our videos back, you know, we talked about like the, you know, TV series and like, you know, the best, like, you know, actors from that time, women and men. One of the biggest 2 TV sitcoms like around the 90s was The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Martin, the TV series.
Yes, sir.
Which aired at the same time. So in this video, ladies and gents, you know, we're gonna like discuss and like, you know, compare, and like ultimately at the end we will come to a conclusion like what is the best TV sitcom between Fresh Prince and Martin, you know. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get it. So all right, I think we have to start here. All right, so introduction. When was the first time you saw either Fresh Prince or Martin? When?
Let's start with the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Man, I remember I might have been 5 or 6 when I first saw the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
But, you know, I remember TBS playing the Fresh Prince. Even was it TNG?
TNG? Yeah. I think they played it. The one with that symbol. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember they playing the Fresh Prince. I was probably too young to remember the Fresh Prince, but I remember Nick at Night when I was like 13 or 14. They played Fresh Prince. I'm like, oh yes, they're gonna play the Fresh Prince.
Yeah,
love it. Fresh Prince is that show. It's that show. It's the 90s. It really defined the 90s. Fresh Prince.
I agree.
I don't think it really had like a bad season. Well, 6th season was alright, but all 6 seasons was great.
Yeah,
solid. It had a solid run.
Yeah.
For Martin, I remember seeing like promos on Fox when I was like little, like I was like 5. But I remember really watching it when it came on USA when I was like elementary school, and I loved the show.
Yeah,
I thought it was funny. Then I remember they took it off the air. They took the reruns off. Then I remember I seen that it was on. They had it on DVD. They started like putting it on DVDs. I'm like, yes, they have Martin on DVD.
Yeah.
So got the first season. I'm like, I fell in love with it. I'm like, man, this is memories.
Yeah.
Nostalgia. What about you?
Oh man. Fresh Prince was, I'm glad you said that. It completely defined the 90s. You know what I mean? Yeah. I probably was the same age as you, like 5, 6. I just see this like 6'2" black guy with like a high top fade. I'm like, okay, this is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know? You know, so like, oh man, we used to finish school and watch Fresh Prince and The Simpsons, you know? So I legit grew up with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, Will Smith, you know, as you said, the show was so consistent, you know, and I love so much of it, you know, like even watching it back now, it's like you can see how the character grows. You know,
Well,
Will
yeah.
from the first episode is a complete different guy in season 6.
Would you say the Fresh Prince is a becoming of age type of show? Is that
Yeah,
the right thing?
yeah.
Kind of like Boy Meets World.
I was gonna say that. I would honestly agree, you know what I mean? Because you know, let me go to mine. So wait, so first is all right, and then this is how I relate to mine. So like as I told you on camera, like with Martin, when I was back in my homeland, like they showed Martin late. You know, we got like Fresh Prince, we got like the Hang of Mr. Cooper, he's a smart guys, but Fresh Prince came late. They showed it on BET. You know, and there's BET was there, and they had a channel in the UK called Trouble. You know, Trouble. You know, yeah, that used to play on this. So you know, they showed the first season. You know what I mean? And it's like when I saw Martin, the grandma, you know, Pam, and all this, I was like, what? This is the guy from Bad Boys and Big Mama's House.
Right.
I was like, yo, so he had a TV series. I was so late, you know, before Wikipedia and, you know, Google at this time. You know, so I got so into it, and I ended up buying the DVDs from the States when I was in the UK, 1 to 5. You know, I rinsed it out, watched it. You said it, like every episode is like a new episode. You know,
right?
It was so hilarious. I used to go to sleep after watching it with a big smile on my face. You know.
No, I remember. No, because I remember watching it on USA. And they would play that like I think 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
Right.
And I would stay up and watch Martin. Like Martin has so many funny episodes. Then
man.
Yeah, I remember that. Then they would show Living Single.
Yes.
After that. But Martin just stuck out to me, like the first season intro.
I just felt like it just, as you said, like there's so many significant things with the Martin show that I think we are so intrigued to watch it. You know, like the intro is so dynamite. The first season, I love the first season one. Like that's my favorite. Yeah, you know, but like there's something with the show, just the characters. You know, even the supporting characters like Stan, you know, I remember I forgot the name, Sean. You know, Sean.
Sean. Yeah. Oh, Sean.
Sean, man.
It was so cheap, man. Garrett Morris.
Yeah, him and Garrett Morris.
They should have kept Garrett Morris.
I wish he stayed. He goes away from season 3. You know, season 3, like it's like they kind of changed like the characters, and he's out. You know, but yeah, I think, man. So like that's where like it was introduced. Like I know for you saw Martin and Fresh Prince at the same time. Like Fresh Prince, we ran through it. Like it finished the season 6, and I like watched episode rerun after rerun. Then it's like Martin, I had to watch it in the later like 2000s. You know, get the DVDs and just watch it.
Yeah,
you know, but. Yeah, that was the way it introduced. So with that being said, GQ Jamaal, like as we talked about, like, you know, the characters and story. So like Fresh Prince, you know, pretty much people know the story. Like it's like, you know, this
the intro
says it all. You know what I mean? It's like, you know West Philadelphia, I'm not gonna rap for you guys. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do it. Relax.
Fresh Prince never changed its intro from season 1. It kept this intro.
Season 6. You know what I mean? And you know what I love with that? Because Will Smith, you know, side note, like he came up the time when like that, they call it happy hip hop, but I just call it hip hop. You know what I'm gonna say.
Oh man.
Oh, we'll get it. I hope we don't get in trouble with this.
People didn't think Will was a rapper back then. People know Will as the Fresh Prince, Bel-Air.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had these like, hip hop rap career before, and like, one similar to that time with Kid and Play, there's this whole thing with like Kid and Play were supposed to be, in Fresh Prince, and Will and Jazzy Jeff were supposed to be, I wonder how that would have turned out, that would have been strange.
I'm kind of glad
Yeah.
Will was the
It
Fresh
suits
Prince. Yeah.
better, it suits better. But like,
What they
Will
gonna
was
call it? The Fresh Kid of Bel-Air?
Fresh Kid of Bel-Air and Play. Nah, I don't think. It probably would have been in Queens because Kid and Play are from Queens. I don't know how that would have worked.
the fresh kid of Brooklyn.
Fresh Kid of Brooklyn, the Fresh Kid of NYC. Nah, it's good it turned out that way. Both came out in 1990. House Party 1990, Fresh Prince 1990. But what I was gonna say to you, Jamal, with like if we go like with the story and characters, so like Will, Carlton, Hillary, Uncle Phil, is it Vivian? Vivian? Yeah, Vivian. I didn't forget. Yeah. And Whoa! If you said like all right, character wise, like include go. What were your favorite characters? And the second question is the whole story of like Will coming here. He's now in this like Bel-Air mansion, and as you said, like he kind of evolves, from the start to finish. What did you think of that story and the characters? Then we'll talk about more.
So we're gonna talk about the characters of Fresh Prince. Okay. First off, I want to say rest in peace, Uncle Phil, for real.
James Avery.
All right, now I got to get that out of the way. Yeah. Okay. So characters. My favorite characters was Jeffrey. Jeffrey was a king of sneak dissing.
Oh my God. I think before he became a meme. I think he's a meme now, man. Like all those slide ones, I remember he said one quote. He said we're going to a Butler's convention. He said we're going to a Butler's convention, and this year's theme is getting your damn self.
Yes. Like Uncle Phil was fixing something in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He goes to Jeffrey, say, Jeffrey, fetch me my tools. Jeffrey was like, you mean your knife and your knife and fork.
Oh, he was the sly
and the episode when Will and Carlton they play a prank on him, and he thought
the lottery was it the lottery? Yeah.
So man, he goes crazy. He said, "Hey, Bill, do yourself a favor, give Evan some cookie lunch."
He was gonna attack you.
That was the best episode of season 3.
Oh my God.
But yeah, Jeffrey is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
And who else? Uncle Phil, that was one of my favorite characters. Strong guy. He went from being a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's a judge.
Yeah.
He was a judge.
And that was GQ. That was at a time where I think it was only Cosby Show that did that. Like, they had like black characters and they were actually good. You know what I mean? It wasn't the stereotype, they weren't like
right. He was a positive.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle Phil, he started off, he was strict, kind of uptight, know. But then I think Will softened him up, and now like later seasons, he's like goofy kind of, but he's still strict.
Yeah.
Still strict.
Yeah.
But Uncle Phil had some funny episodes. The episode when that season 2 episode when Ashley was trying to like fight that bully,
Yes.
and her parents,
Oh my
they invited
God.
their parents to the home, and Uncle Phil knocked out the dad.
I think she's been learning from your
Oh,
mama. Ooh. Biggest
that was like one of
blow.
my favorite episodes from Uncle Phil.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I love how um he tried to like set some, you know, some guidelines to the kids, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, he wasn't really well. He wasn't really uptight. Well, uh, in the early episodes, he was kind of uptight, but he loosened up.
He's starting to
I
calm
know
down.
I'm rambling, but yeah,
Yeah.
Uncle Phil was one of my favorite characters, and
Oh, yeah.
Carlton was one of my favorite characters.
You see, it's funny. Carl was actually in later seasons, he became my favorite because he changed
Yeah,
as well.
I
In
hated his character in season
in
one.
season one, he was
Oh man,
he
he was
just didn't want,
really
he was so
uptight.
jealous of Will. You could see it. He was
Yeah,
so jealous. Like this guy, he came
especially
here, he's with my
that basketball episode.
that one. You did, that was even before that episode, the whole tone, it was like Carden versus Will. You got the street
Right.
kid against like, I'm the posh kid, bougie,
Yeah.
that one,
Yeah.
so that was the tone for the first season. Then somewhere like I think when they go college, and it's like,
Hmm.
Will's more with car. Yeah, I remember. It's like it changed. And like with Carton, oh my God, like that episode when Tyra Banks, guest star.
Yeah.
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 And he's dancing with her. Oh my God. And then Will comes and he's like, I forgot Tyra's name, but it's like, Tyra's character's name. And
Oh,
like
Jackie.
Jackie. It's like, Jackie?
Yeah.
What? And Carton's like,
No, no, no.
no.
No, the episode when he ran through the stage.
Yeah. Oh my God. He
Yeah.
became the fun man. Calling it like the nitty ends. Like I think season 3 to season like the last season, he was the funniest. I loved Will, but like
Yeah.
he was hilarious.
Yeah, he stole the show in some episodes.
Yeah. I'm big enough for Valerie. Like when he said,
He's a big enough for Valerie. Oh man. The episode when he lost his virginity. He said, "Don't worry, I protected my investment."
And they actually knew exactly what he's trying. He's trying to talk in code, like he knew. Oh my
There's so
God.
many great Carlton episodes, man.
But yeah, Colin, hilarious, man. But all right, so let's move on
Who's
to a
yours?
big one. You know what I mean? Before we go to Mark, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through the characters because for the people who haven't seen Fresh Prince, it's online now. It's on HBO or Netflix. You can pick it.
Yeah.
What did you think of Vivian? Because Vivian, the character changes from dark to light. Season 3. What did you
Come on
think?
now.
Yeah, let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real. Dark and Vivian was the best
100.
mom ever.
Yeah.
TV mom, top 2, top 3
Yeah.
TV moms of all time.
Exactly. Strong. She was like a strong. Yeah. No BS.
No.
That the episode when she does the ballet, she comes back and she just she ends them. Woo! Gotta be like this, work with this, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, like the second Vivian, like I honestly didn't care. You know what I mean? There was some episodes, because what was cool with Fresh Prince, mine did this as well, is they had episodes which just focused on one character's like story. You know what I mean? Even though Will was the main protagonist, like you'd have an episode like Ashley, Hillary, which we're gonna talk about. The other Vivian, there was nothing there's sometimes you wouldn't even know she's even in the episode.
No.
Let's just keep it real. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so like, you know, when I
She
don't
only
think,
had one. She only had one episode when Uncle Phil's old flame came to dinner. That was probably like the only episode I remember from the light skinned man biz.
yeah,
But nah, she was not needed.
she was just like an extra, man. You know, and so the other ones we think the last two would be the two girls. Start off with Hillary, like first, like on Hillary, yeah. What would you think of her and like her, you know, progression through the show? Like, what do you think of Hillary?
Did Hillary grow as a character?
No, you know,
Hillary was the same.
Pretty much, you know.
Yeah, she had her own like talk show, but she was still the same. She was still
Daddy's little girl. It's like, you know, Daddy's little girl, you know, honestly.
Spoiled.
Super, you know.
Super spoiled.
Credit cards, you know.
Yeah, and for Ashley probably grew the most.
Yeah.
From the show. Mm-hmm. She was, you know, little girl. Then she started to evolve as a, you know,
like I remember like
as a teenager.
Yeah, as a teenager, and like there's this episodes like 5th and 6th season where Will tries to protect her because like they when Will came, no one liked him, you know. It was only Ashley.
No, except for Ashley. Yeah, no one liked that. Will.
So like when it came to the end, like when Ashley was trying to be like you know, I remember there was one time like Ashley was, I don't think it's when she was trying to lose her virginity, but they went to one golf tournament and Ashley like kind of rolls her eyes and Will's like, don't you roll your eyes at me.
No, like Ashley, that's twice. That's twice.
Ashley. So he became like her, yeah, because they had most of that bond, you know. Then the latest season, and I would say one who's a big component, not just to the show, but to Will, like Jazzy Jeff. What did you think of him? Yeah, he gets forgotten sometimes, you know. He's in every season.
As a small character, he was a big part of the show.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys pay attention to the show, but every time Jazz gets thrown out the show, gets thrown out the house, he wears the same shirt, like same button-up shirt.
Yeah. You know, it's so quick that you may miss it because it's just like, you know.
Hey, Jazz was a big part of the show, even though he was a small character.
Yeah.
But he
honestly, him and Will, you know, because the show was so much at the time of the golden age of hip hop, like, you know, Public Enemy, Naughty by Nature, you know, like, you know, those what I love was they included, you know, those tracks like OPP. I remember when Will was washing the car and he's like, and he blasted.
Yeah, you could see the set moving.
Yeah, he's nuts. He blasted. So there was a lot of like hip hop, you know, influence in that show, and I feel like, you know, Jazzy Jeff and, you know, Will, they complemented each other from the first episode to the last, you know.
So what? Now that you mentioned the first episode, what do you think of the first episode? Like, do you think it was a great start of the series?
Like groundbreaking. All right.
Yeah, like you know, some shows first season like it was horrible. Like some shows don't catch on to like.
Yeah, I would say what is cool is like with the first episode. I don't think the first episode is like, you know, the best episode, you know, but I feel what it helps. You know, the story in the Fresh Prince is different. Do you know what I mean? Like imagine like you see the intro. Then you see Will, he knocks on the door.
Knocking on the door.
And then the door opens.
Still has the same outfit.
Exactly. Like, I don't think in TV, especially in the 90s, no one had seen that before.
The intro was like 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
They had to cut
it
intro
down, you know? There's a part when he's going around Los Angeles, you know, before he says, smell you later. You know, it goes to
Yeah,
different parts. The airplane ride is
they don't
longer.
do that anymore. They
They
don't do
don't do
that
that. Like it
anymore.
was a whole like story. So when I watched the intro, I was like, oh, I gotta see this episode, you know,
Right.
and yeah, and that even said like just seeing, you know, Will, because I think he had to be like the first like rapper who had like a
Hmm.
lead role in a TV sitcom.
Yeah.
You know, Kid and Play may have had the movies, but like in TV, like network, you know, prime
And
time.
it was on, yeah, it was on the like mainstream
Yeah,
channel, NBC.
exactly. You know, so it's kind of like a groundbreaking, you know, to see
Right.
that, you know. So like anytime when I do watch because I still remember it like beat for beat, you know, the first episode. But like, yeah, I just feel it's not the best, but it's definitely it more important, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think it was a solid first episode.
Yeah.
It was it was a good, yeah, it was a good episode. I don't really go into season one. If I'm watching the Fresh Prince, I don't really I kind of skip first season.
Yeah. I feel I'm the same.
I'm not saying first season was trash or
Yeah.
at all.
Hmm.
It was a good season. I
Yeah.
think some of the episodes are kind of dry
Yeah.
near
I
the
know I
part.
do like there's one episode in particular that comes to mind. This is when I think some people don't even remember this, but like Jeffrey has his butler's friend and the butler has like the daughter. Then I think Will takes her out to I don't know to play pool or he just takes her out to this club, you know, and she's just a nuisance, you know, she's just getting him into trouble and all that. And it's like I never really, you know, because they focus so much attention on this like you know, this white girl from London. You know, I was like, yeah, that was the only episode I didn't really, you know, gel.
Right.
You know, yeah,
And there was yeah, I think the second half of season one, their episodes like y'all can like take a couple of episodes out of this
yeah.
season. Like when that episode when ah I know the episode when Uncle Phil's friend thought Will was like a good luck charm.
Ah, at that big like establishment company, yeah. One of his
Yeah.
like, yeah,
They could have took that episode out.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
Will had the
But I
phone, he
totally
had
agree
that
with you.
'90s phone and the suit. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
something I would go back, you know, and watch that.
Season one had a lot of filler
Yeah,
episodes.
a lot. You know what I mean? But man. But yeah, that being said, so like we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. We're gonna talk more about
Yeah.
the season. Let's
It'll be
not
all
keep
over
out.
in the video.
Let's not keep out Mr. Payne. Mr. Payne, he's gonna
Yeah.
shout if we don't say
Mr.
anything.
Payne.
Right.
I ain't gonna
So like this so we heard about Fresh Prince, you know, like him, young, like, you know, rapper, loves music. He comes onto the other side, you know, the stage. With the Martin premises and the characters, I'll ask you GQ Jamaal, what did you think of the story and also the characters? And then maybe lastly comparing them, you know, to Martin. Yeah,
Okay.
let's
So
go.
as far as Martin season one, because to start off, I think they're a year in
Yeah.
the relationship because
Yes.
the Martin show is like centered around like Martin and Gina.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like freshly new in the relationship. Um, I think their first episode it was funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Mine on the
I'm trying to
radio. Mine on the
yeah,
radio talking trash. Cheetah. Oh my god. Classic,
oh
man.
man, and Tommy and Cole,
Yeah.
and especially in season one, Tommy always called Cole stupid.
Yes. Cole. Did he say that Paul? Cole?
Cole, you stupid.
Ugh.
um, oh man, so their I think their story played well.
Yeah.
It was a great introduction.
Yeah. Because as you said, they already different to Fresh Prince. It's like they it's already
Right.
set that they're already there. You know, what I mean, it's not like Will coming in.
It was a
Right.
love story
It was
with like with young blacks.
yes,
Like we really haven't seen that in television.
yeah. You know,
Martin, and especially in the first season, Martin was kind of immature.
very, yeah,
But,
super. Yeah, as you know, when we took, you know, the video before where we talked about like, you know, his kind of temper. You know what I mean? It just felt like he'd overreact on just some, you know, situations that didn't need like reaction, you know. So I see, especially season 1, you know,
yeah. Martin's character was kind of like George Jefferson.
Yes. Very similar size as well.
Similar, yeah.
Sorry, Martin. I love you. You know.
Yeah, you asked me what was my favorite characters.
Yeah, I would say like yeah, of all the characters. So Martin, Pam, Martin and Pam. Notice I said that. Martin, Pam, Gina, Tommy, Cole, and I'm trying to think. The one most associated with them, because I think Martin has so many more characters, like especially later season. But I think primarily I probably put like Stan and Sean in there. Because, you know, Martin was, I think, especially in the earliest seasons, like Martin was always, you know, going to work in the radio station. So, like, of those characters, what did you think of, like, you know, the supporting around Martin?
Great cast. I think, Tommy was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah. You know, you know the job. Wait, there was. Do you know what Tommy did for a living? Because I think everyone's.
No,
I still don't know. We don't know today
because it's season 2. Season 2 was the start of the Tommy ain't got no job.
Yeah,
jokes.
you know, you mean. They mentioned, they started to just think like, why would just like, what do you do for a living? And he would dance around it. He would just go, you know what I do.
You know what I do.
Yeah, you know.
I know. But season 1 really never had gags like that.
Yeah. In my opinion, like this is where it is so good to compare Martin and Fresh Prince. Like Martin and Fresh Prince, I thought the season 1, it was there, then it just got elevated. Like from the second season. Because Martin, the first season of Martin, Pam and Martin weren't at, you know, each other's they were not. They did
Martin,
some like
Pam hated Martin from the jump.
Yeah, from the beginning.
Yeah, they both hated each other. But you're right. Season 2, that's
all the jokes like BDB, Scary Jackson, Halle Scary. You know, like all these
the animal
jokes. You know.
Pam will come back with a short joke.
Yeah, Gary Coleman, Arsenio Small. That was.
Pam will talk about Martin's like performance in bed.
Yeah. Oh, that one. He says you ain't gonna worry about shooting because, like, you know, from what I'm hearing about Gina, you be shooting blanks. That was like the audience even went, oh my God. That was a killer blow. Ooh, man, that was killer.
Yeah, season 2. Yeah, season 2. I love season 2.
Yeah.
But overall, I think, those supporting characters were very important.
Yeah, Cole and Gina.
Cole,
yeah. What did you think of Cole? Like, because I think Cole pretty much stayed the same. He was until you know,
until the last season. He finally got out of his mom's house.
Martin gave him that talk, you know, and he just said, "Look, I'm gonna tell you something that you don't want to hear. Yeah, you are a grown man."
Yeah.
Get off your bus. It's the American way, you know.
It's the American way.
And he slams the door.
And it goes something like this.
Oh man. And lastly, I saved this one for last. Okay. we definitely, I know we have to talk about this as well in there. You know what I'm gonna say? Yeah, I left her
What's
for
up? What's up?
last.
Oh,
Gina.
Pam. Oh, Gina.
Gina and
Gina.
Martin. Martin and Gina, Martin and Tisha, they appeared in House Party. So they appeared in
Yeah.
the first two installments. Then they appeared in the sitcom. GQ, what did you think of mine and Gina, like the relationship and, them pretty much playing the lead from, the first season to the fifth one? Like, what did you think?
So, like I said, like first season, first two seasons, Martin was really immature. Um, I you can tell he thought about himself. He didn't like.
Yeah.
I think he was like scared of like marrying Gina
Yeah. You know?
until that episode in season two when um Gina went off to New York. I
Yes.
think,
I
yeah.
remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they
Then
broke up.
yeah.
They broke up
Oh,
like,
oh, oh yeah,
yeah,
the infamous breakup
yeah.
episode. I
I remember.
forgot about that.
I remember that. That
Um,
was like, whoa, yeah, she thought she was gonna like, leave, and Log Voorhees appeared in mine and he did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, they really went through it, man.
Yeah.
Like they broke up like a few times, then they got back together, then their relationship grew
Yeah.
strong.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think the show went down when they like got married.
Yeah. I felt that. It's the end of season 3, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 3.
Then I think Gina was really supportive of Martin.
Yeah.
Martin was insecure as hell.
No, I
Martin was
like
really
there
insecure.
was times I was like, if Gina was gonna leave, I would not blame her. Though that
Right. Martin was
man,
really
it was
insecure.
weird. There was one episode I would never forget. Like, he follows her. This is when White Bob,
Yeah.
and he follows her all the way to this like kind of convention, and they rent out the hotel. And he thinks he's cheating with the what's it called? The one who's cleaning. Yeah.
Yes.
He comes out of bed like, ah! Starts doing like
And he
kung
fights
fu moves on your man. I'm like, whoa, what is going on?
There was an episode when he found out Gina made more than him.
Yes.
Everybody was teasing him. Everybody was teasing him. Pam was calling my man Brokey.
Yeah. She's sitting right to his ear. How you gonna do it,
Yeah.
Brokey? Boy would be like, what? Oh my God.
Man.
This is what I'm saying. Like the episodes in
Martin was
Martin,
so
man, it even
insecure.
makes me laugh now just thinking about it.
And there was another episode when the Barnell Hill show.
I was just thinking of that. Hollywood Swinging when he goes to LA.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he quit his job. He quit his job to go on the Tonight Show. Martin.
Man. That episode when he was in the audience.
Yeah. He
He
came
was in the
out.
audience.
This video is still flowing on YouTube. So Jodeci, big R&B group back in the day. And behind the scenes, they didn't even know Martin was coming down. They didn't even know he was gonna come in and interrupt. But like Barnell wasn't gonna give him time on the show, even though he said he was gonna appear on the show. And then Martin just storms the stage and he does a duet with Jodeci. Funny as one of my favorite episodes, when he goes to Hollywood. I love that episode.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Martin had so many. There's so many favorite episodes of Martin. Even Fresh Prince. So many favorite episodes.
But speaking of that, GQ Jamaal, so next question, I was going to say, so now we've got the characters, you know what I mean? And people who haven't seen Martin and Fresh Prince, now we've said the story. When you talked about immaturity, because Will was immature as well.
Will was immature too. Yeah.
What do you think of like the actual character? Because it's Will Smith and Martin Payne. They're basically playing themselves in you know what I
Right.
mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
What did you think of like Will and Martin as like the leads? Like as you said, the immature, like their personalities. How
Hmm.
did you feel like they were different and similar at the same time?
Like, are you talking like comparing both Will and Martin
Yeah, in the series. This is strictly just
in
in
the
the
series?
series. Yeah,
Okay, in the
yeah.
series,
From the film, from when they
Will
start to
was
the end. Yeah,
okay. So we're talking about episode one.
yeah.
Will was immature,
Super.
super immature, but we found out that Will, we kind of like Judge Will. We Uncle Phil kind of like Judge Will because we seen Will has a talent of music. We
Yeah,
seen him playing the piano at the end of the episode.
yeah,
So I think both of them kind of like judge each other.
yeah.
As far like Martin had no filter. He was immature.
Super.
He aired out Gina's business.
Yeah. You know, he was, as you said with Fielder, like, I know guys like Martin. Like I used to work
Yeah,
with guys like Martin. Like
like they talk big,
there's
but
some big
the
deal.
big talk, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
But
like
their women
they
always
use
kept them in check.
yeah. Man, they usually were the loudest. You know what I mean? Like those
Right,
ones. And when you talk about Martin, like there's episodes where he would just like kick everybody out of his place, just go step,
right. Martin
step.
was rude.
He
I'm
was
sorry,
rude.
Martin was rude.
Martin
Yeah,
was rude, man. Like to
Martin threw Gina out of his car
yeah.
because he got a parking ticket. Got a parking ticket. He got a ticket.
even
He got a traffic ticket.
even that episode when he's in court, that was all on some BS. Like 100. He could have just paid the fine and go about his way. But him
There
and
was another there was another immature episode he did when he didn't when that snow episode when everybody was like snowed in and he didn't want to
yeah.
pay the five.
It's the
They thought like, oh, $500. Like, no, $5.
$5.
Like, yo, that was
Yo,
petty. Yo, he didn't want to pay the rent increase.
yeah, mine was he was so stubborn.
Yeah,
That's the word. He was stubborn. You know,
yeah.
is the thing because like man, because
His
I think
pride,
yeah, he was like I think
prideful.
Will's definitely younger than when they
Hmm.
started. Like Will's like college and Martin's like working man, like mid-20s.
Yeah,
But definitely like know Will. I think with Will because like this is where I think they would where the personalities were different is Will was kind of in his mind he thought he was this ladies man. He would. There's one point he was so focused on girls. You
right.
know what I mean? Like he used to go to girls and he knew good and well. Like he knew. He must
Hey, Will had the lines,
his
bro.
crystal ball. Like
Will had the lines.
she's gonna say no, and he still went. I always loved Will for that. Anytime I felt like okay, I should just shoot my shot. I learned it from Will, man. All those
Like you
girls
so,
like, baby, you
you look so good.
must be tired because you've been running through my mind all day. Come here, girl.
He said, "You look so good. I wish I could like grow a plant, a whole field of y'all or something like
Y'all,
that."
those pickup lines,
Yeah.
damn. I didn't know about pickup lines till Will, you know what I mean? I was like, man, honestly, that was
I
amazing.
noticed you. I noticed you noticing me. I want to let you know I got you on notice.
He has so much confidence. He was so confident.
My man.
Oh my God, and like because he didn't have definitely got him. We talked about her in our like, top like black actresses from that time. Like it wasn't until when Nia Long came, he had like that regular partner. You know, I mean,
Right.
which was like season 5, wasn't it? I think it was season
Yeah.
5. You know, but like, yeah, there was times like, if the one where like with Will, it was like he was just like a goofy. You know, she even
Yeah, he was a
said he was,
goofy.
yeah, he. There's one episode, GQ. He goes on the Jay Leno show. Do you know?
He was trying to imitate that comedian. He was he said something about picking cotton because he's black or something like that.
Black. And then there was crickets. Like no one got. After the interview, they threw him out.
Yeah. Oh man.
But Will did that. Will would have some similar. This is where similar like him and Martin is. There was times when Will, I remember he got married to sleep with the girl. Do you remember that? Like I think this was
with Kim.
Yeah, the girl from Living Single. Yeah. He married her just to sleep with her. And then he didn't go with it at the end, you know, a fake marriage. You know, the time he tried to do stand up and like D.L. Hewley gets started.
Oh man.
There was time, as much as Martin had his like fail moments, Will had a lot of moments like he had to put the bag over his head because he had to be ashamed, man. You know, plenty. There was a lot, you know, but he was confident. Like Will was, I would say Will was definitely confident. Martin was just more rude. Like Martin. 100. Martin was rude.
Martin would throw everyone out of the apartment. We felt disrespected.
Yeah.
Man. He would get into fights, but especially with Miss Jerry.
Yeah. She remembers Miss Jerry.
Miss Jerry. Hey, my favorite.
They were gonna fight where the Vardell Hill comes, and like Marty's there. He thinks like, oh yeah, they're happy for him. And she goes to, where's Varnell Hill? I'm gonna turn this mother out. And she was gonna fight Martin. It's like, I'll fight only.
Yo, my favorite Miss Jerry fight from Martin. Like Martin and Miss Jerry fight. It was a Christmas episode. They were stuck in the bus station.
For the sandwich.
Yeah, Martin was about to like share a sandwich to Miss Jerry.
Oh my god.
Miss Jerry took the sandwich. She smelt it.
Yeah.
She was like, tuna.
Yeah.
Like, I don't eat no damn tuna.
Just put it sticky. Oh my god, honestly. So like we talked about the oh my god, Martin's so funny, man. I'm even hot just thinking about it. But like so like we talked about the premise of the show, the characters and the lead. I think I'm trying to think like with like because like what would you say? I want to save this one for last, so we'll talk about that now. What would you say about like the recurring gags? You know what I mean? So when I mean gags, like definitely in Martin for sure, the Pam and Martin dynamic, Tommy not having the job, Cole just being like a dumbass, let's just say, and then and then in Fresh Prince, you had like Jazz and Hillary, they had that recurring one, Jazz and Uncle Phil, obviously, and then even what could be with Will actually had
Will would always talk about Uncle Phil's weight.
Yes, that was the one, I mean, and even Will with the girls, Will with the pickup lines from like the first season to even when, Nia Long and Tyra Banks come in. So what did you think of like the gags in Fresh Prince to the gags in Martin? Like what was like funniest, even more funnier?
Funniest, man.
Tough one, yeah.
I think the Uncle Phil weight jokes were the funniest.
Yes.
Even though it was like messed up, but He
said it openly, man. He said it.
never messed up. Yeah. Let me see the Jeffrey
Yes,
like
that's
sneak
another
this.
one. Yes.
Yeah.
Jeffrey's like little humor. He's like Butler humor.
And the short jokes from Carlton, like from
Yes.
Will.
Mm-hmm.
The short jokes and
Let my cousin grow. Like yeah.
oh man. But for Martin, I think the oh man, Pam was fine in that show.
I love that.
Yeah,
we talked about this on
man.
our ones for the black actress. Like Sheree, I still think she's better than Tisha. I
Yeah,
still
the
think,
animal jokes just got repetitive.
yeah.
Like I love the BDB jokes, but the animal jokes just got repetitive.
Yeah, and he went
like,
in. You know, like you said, Martin had no filter. He was calling her a dog. You know, the shack. He went in. You know, and mine was fine. That's what I'm saying. I think Pam was more finer than Gina, you know, in my opinion. Yeah, you know, so it's like, yeah, he would run her down, man. Even when she was with Tommy, you know, after that. But yeah, you know, but like, yeah, I think as you said, it was repetitive, but man, it was very hilarious though. Like, you know, especially when the back and forth. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you would think Pam won, like she won this like verbal, then like Martin would come back, you know, like BDB.
But the Tommy, you ain't got no job, Joe.
Ooh, I think, man, that was possibly my favorite gag because it wasn't until I watched the show. You see Cole. You know, he's at the airport, Tisha and Pam were working, Martin's at the radio station. I was like, what the heck does Tommy do? Then they addressed it in the show. I was like, that one. It took the show to new heights, man. When they went one episode and they went to actually find what Tommy's doing, you know, and they wear like camouflage outfits, you know, like it was sweet. But with that being said, you know, Martin, and would you say, like, speaking of like over the top, you know what I mean? Because I love Will, you know, I love Will Smith, I love the Fresh Prince. Do you think sometimes he kind of went over the top? Or like even the Martin show, do you think some episodes went like not really, but like kind of like over the top? Like I said, the episode with Tommy, you know, when they were trying to phone it, they were trying to you know, find out his job. You know, it was like it's a TV show, but it's like it kind of went. I don't want to use the word goofy, but it was like unrealistic at times, because why would you do it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, they had episodes like that. And even in Fresh Prince, like, I'm not going to lie, they had episodes more to the end, you know, that did kind of come into like, it was more, I'm not going to say family based, but it didn't have that more like realism, you know, if that makes sense.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Right.
I think me personally, I think I can relate to Fresh Prince more. Fresh Prince definitely had more relatable episodes.
Yes.
Martin, Martin really never had like serious episodes.
This is what I'm saying, you know.
Like there's a few Christmas episodes.
Yeah. You know.
That were like serious, but Martin was just like a goofy show.
Well, that's what I was saying.
More of a goofy show.
More of the ones, you know. I remember when the grandma was doing like backflips in the church, you know, when Martin was she was going nuts. Yeah. And I was like, I love it, but it's like there is way more realism, you know, in Fresh Prince. Yeah. You know, like they had the shows like, you know, I didn't mention it, like Will didn't have a good relationship with the dad, you know, because they abandoned him, and he comes into the show you know, and it's like a powerful episode when Will's like,
Oh
why doesn't
yeah,
he love me more?
one of the greatest episodes
That's
of
so
that
great, you
series.
know. Or
Yeah.
even the one as well when Will was taking like he was taking drugs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Carlton
Colin
accidentally
took it and
took
he
the
passed
pills.
out. He
Yeah.
overdosed, you know. So they had there's a lot more, you know, but they had those kind of like, you know, episodes that actually talked about the time, you know.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's where I felt. I felt like Maureen very much lended too much comedy. Like it was non-stop comedy. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
think the only serious episodes were like the breakup episodes.
Yeah. You know,
But mine was just goofy.
it was
Majority of the series it was just goofy.
legit. It was like just a funny, like it just got turned up to 11. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Especially some episodes. I did like one as well when he, I think he he left his job like season 2. You know, and
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah, like
yeah.
I felt that one. Like he's like he left there and he just went on the run. You know, like he
Yeah.
just took his and went on his role. So I always loved that one, the end to season 2. But yeah, I felt Fresh Prince dealt with more like another one. How could I forget? Do you remember when Will gets shot by Santa Claus, like the robbery one?
We'll get shot
Oh
by
man,
Santa
this was like
Claus.
late. This is when they go to the.
Oh,
Do you remember that one?
I'm trying. I'm trying to think. He got
Yeah.
shot by Santa Claus.
Man, they go to the ATM. It's like a robbery. Like him and Carl go to the ATM late at night.
Oh, it wasn't a Christmas episode, but yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
get
it wasn't
shot.
even, but it's a
Yeah,
guy. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I think they were going camping.
Yeah, something like that. They were
Yeah.
meant to go and they took money. Then Will ends up in
Oh yeah,
hospital. Yeah,
Carlton flipped out at the end of the
yeah.
episode.
Because Colin, you know, it was a cool episode because Colin was someone who like follows the rules. You know, he's like,
Oh
yeah, I gotta
yeah,
get the best grades. You know, I get a good job, I'm fine. But when he
because
saw that
early,
happen, it kind of changed his.
yeah,
Yeah,
in the earlier episodes, Carlton when they got pulled over by the cops.
yeah, the racial
Yeah,
profile.
Carlton,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You know. So they had episodes like that you know dealt with like serious subjects that really you know took place. You know, so that's one thing I think definitely definitely Fresh Prince did better you know than Martin. You
right.
know, so
I
yeah,
definitely agree.
yeah, 100%.
Martin, I mean, Fresh Prince had better episodes.
Yeah, I just think like it's ones you could go specifically, and I definitely think as well. You definitely saw in those episodes like with Will Smith's like acting ability. You know, he could have.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I mean? He could definitely be that emotional, you know, dramatic, you know, actor. You know,
you,
like you know what I
you
mean?
can tell he was about to take off. You can tell
Yeah.
like in
Oh,
later seasons, like
I
during the end, he was about to
yeah,
take
I
off
could
with
see
movies.
definitely man the season 4, 5 and when he's with Neil Long, I was like, yeah, this guy he's gonna be a movie star, you know, and he did it.
Right.
He did it, man. I guess people saw it, you know. But with that as well, like what did you think? Because you know, Fresh Prince had their main principal cast, just like Martin. But there was those episodes like the Christmas episode, and I remember there's another one they go skiing that like the other family members came in, you know, like Will's mother,
Yeah.
sorry, Will's mother, and the other two aunties. One of them was played by Jenny Saunders, you know, but they had those episodes where all of them came in. Lester
Right.
came in, and then Martin, Lester's a G, man. Martin near the end, I remember like season 4, season 5, like a big noble character. You know what I'm gonna say? No, he lives here.
Oh, bro, man, for the fifth floor, one of my favorite characters of
Oh,
Martin.
so all right, GQ, I'm gonna ask you. So from we're excluding the main characters. So Will
All right.
and Martin's main characters, like the other characters. We're talking like Brahman and like
Aquaman.
and like the auntie, what's her name? Lester, the mom of Will, and the other auntie, it's the funny one. I forgot her name, Jennifer something. She was
Oh,
in
Jennifer Lewis. Lewis.
Jennifer Lewis, yeah. What do you
Yeah.
think of that compared to like Brahman, Hustleman, what's his name? There was another one. The Barbers. I remember they used to go to the Barbers as well.
Oh
Those
yeah,
are, what do you
yeah.
think of those
Oh,
side characters to Fresh Prince side characters?
who had the best side
Who had the
characters?
best cast? Yeah, from the side characters. It's not easy. Who do you think?
Who had the best? Okay,
Keep in
because
mind, I'm gonna give you one thing. Like this is there is one episode where Will's aunt, she brought the white guy, if you remember that. Like, yes, that was a
oh
classic. I
god,
love that
best
episode.
best side characters. I would have to give it to the Fresh Prince because Martin really never had that many side characters other than what Brahman and Hustleman and
Yeah, I think because he played the other characters. Yeah, no, that's
right.
interesting, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm trying to
Yeah, Miss Jerry,
Miss Jerry,
and the Barbers. Oh, and Nipsey.
Nipsey. Yes, Nipsey. How can I
Yeah,
forget? He comes in season 4, season 5, you know,
yeah.
Nipsey. You know, so Stan, if you want to put Stan there, Stan is shown which in the first 2 seasons. So
But
it is hard, you know, because um
Will's mom was funny every time
yeah,
she came.
I
Yeah,
loved
every time she appeared.
man, I loved
So
all
I
of
just thought
that,
of
you
something.
know.
Oh, I just thought of something.
What's that?
You know that the episode when Will's dad came to the picture. Do
Yeah,
you think the episode would have like been a lot better if Will's mom appeared?
right. If they both interacted,
Yeah, would
possibly. Yeah, I would have loved to see like, you know, what their like
because I always
conversation.
thought about that.
Yeah, I was interested
Like
because that
how would
was
that episode like turn out?
yeah. I could only imagine, you know. I love that episode. Yeah, I
Yeah,
really love that. But yeah, you know, I was gonna say Martin, you know, of this.
Martin.
Yeah, just because I really love Brahman. You know, like the audience, like when anytime he came, like the audience would like
Oh yeah,
they used
yeah.
to
Brumman was my favorite character.
Brahman
Like
would
one of my favorite characters off Martin.
yeah. Oh man, he just coming in and he took the CD player.
Took the
And
CD
just,
player like Brumman. Like now's not the time. I'm
yeah,
like, what's up, Brumman? Like none, just
just
chilling,
chilling. Yeah.
looking for some Jello. He's like, bro, man, get your Charlie Brown boots and let's roll.
Bro,
Like, let's go, bro, man.
he
Don't
took the
do it with the slow
walkway.
bop.
He had the yellow, like with the Brahman stuff. You know, I really
He came
love
out the
like,
shower. He came out the shower, man.
yeah, you know, and he's like, I love Nipsey, even though Nipsey's role was like small. Like I love like when
Oh
they,
yeah.
because I know season 4, season 5, they had some like had the episodes in Nipsey's bar, you know, so it was another location, you know. But yeah, it's a tough one, you know, like the side characters to the side characters of Fresh Prince, because you know it's how much times they were more impactful. You know what I mean? Like Will's mom was
Yeah.
Will's mom was a very big deal, you know, when she would come back and say, like, I sent you here to get an education, to become a man. It's like it meant something, you know. Whereas Martin's characters, it didn't really, it was just adding the entertainment. You know what I mean? So yeah.
That's a hard question.
It's a hard
man.
one. It's which way you slice it. If you're looking at it just for like funny, I
Entertainment
definitely
wise,
yeah,
bruh, man.
man, like 100. That character compared to the other ones in Fresh Prince, yeah, it's big. But that being said, so Fresh Prince and Martin both ran for Fresh Prince was 6 seasons and Martin was 5. What do you think had the better consistency? You know, like from Martin's show, from the first episode to the last, then Fresh.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. Fresh Prince.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, as much as I really don't like season 1, but Fresh Prince had the most consistency.
Yeah, you know,
Martin's first 3 seasons, gold,
gold.
pure gold.
Yep, I agree.
Once they got married, the episodes weren't funny,
Yeah,
weren't really
you
funny.
weren't. You said it earlier, like the jokes with Martin and Pam, it did get repetitive. Like
Yeah,
after, even 4 and 5, like I even remember there's a Halloween episode, and we're just around this time, when like Mr. T, I pity the fool, he gets stars and they get this mansion, Martin gets it for cheap, and like they go there and it's like Martin and Pam, they're just like going against each other, but it's like it's similar, it's just very same from like earlier on, season 2, so like yeah, I would say that. And Fresh Prince, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real. I love season 1, I feel was cool. Some episodes
yeah,
were like hit and miss. I do feel in season 6, I never really liked Nikki. I forgot to mention him. The other kid. So this is the other best kid. I'm
he was
really
hardly
sorry.
on the show. He
Yeah,
was hardly on the
he was
show.
hardly there.
Yeah,
He's there in like the end to, I think it's the final season or the last season 5. But when they put him in the episodes, like it became very childish. Like there was an episode, it was just focused Nikki and this, he had to be
yeah,
born in the
yeah.
dinosaurs and we'll beat him up or something. Yeah. So I didn't really like when Nikki came in, because I felt like he watered it down. And and I didn't really love, like, this is one of the reasons I didn't like season 6, because when I love Nia Long. I love me some Nia Long. When she left
Right.
season 5,
Yeah.
I thought that would have been a better conclusion. Like, okay, Will, he's now finished
Will
school.
finally got it.
Will finally got her. He got
Yeah.
Nia Long because she was there for the whole season 5. I thought this is
Right.
what Will's gonna end up with. Then the next season, he kind of goes back to what he was doing before, just like
Yeah.
these hot girls he just meets, and nothing's happened. So
Man, you can tell the series was ending because Will was starting to
yeah,
become a mega star,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it was like a farewell season.
You could feel it. He had already filmed like Bad Boys in
Yeah.
between 5 and 6, so it does feel like season 6 to like it's the least one I go back to. To
Right.
watch episodes from. Like, it's not really an episode that really like grabs me. Like, I'll still watch it, like if I'm watching the series through, but like, actual like, the episodes like Karen overdosing. I love that. Or, the Karen losing the virginity,
Yeah.
I love those episodes, you know what I mean? Yeah, but that being said, so I'll just type in, what did you think? Because Martin and Fresh Prince, similar like with a lot of the sitcoms at that time, they had a lot of guest stars.
Right.
Ones who were from like movies or celebrities or other TV series, they came in. Like, what did you think of like the guest stars in like Fresh Prince to Martin? They came in, because I know it's a lot. It's
Martin.
a lot. But
Who had the best guest stars? Man, I think. Man, that's tough because
yeah, it's a lot though. I'm not gonna
Fresh Prince
lie.
had Holyfield. Fresh Prince had
Well, well,
I mean, Jasmine Guy,
yeah.
had Malcolm Jamal Warner, they had
Danny. D.L. Hewley,
D.L. Hughley,
Chris Rock,
Chris Rock.
yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Um,
that was near the end. Who?
For Martin had a lot of guests.
Yeah,
I think Martin had the best
well,
guests.
this is what I was gonna say, because man, like when we were talking about this, the one that sticks up to like comes up to mind is do you remember when Martin fought Tommy Hearn in that charity? Yeah.
one of my favorite episodes.
That's one of
Man,
my
season two
season
had
two kills it.
the best
Kills
episode.
it. Remember, season two had that Tommy Davidson, Hollywood swinging.
The CD episode, the CD player episode.
Yeah,
Um,
DJ CD. Remember the DJ? Ah, that was the CD. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, the episode before that when he got the traffic ticket.
Yeah, in the court. It's insane.
Season two.
Oh my
Season
god.
two had the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, Martin had the best
Yeah.
guest, man.
I think I would have to agree. I think when like these guest stars like Tommy Hearns or Tommy Davidson, and they combine them into the episode, so they were the main part of the episodes. I think that, like, as much as the guest stars in Fresh Prince were cool, I don't think they were as integral as in Martin.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Jasmine Guy, yeah, she appeared, but that's nothing compared to Tommy Heard, and Martin. Like,
No.
you know what I mean?
Give me a bucket of fries.
Yeah.
2 chitlins in the back of sunflower seed.
I remember he got so messed. He started to hit the referee. He was like, "Oh, is that?"
Oh man, he thought he had him. Then Tommy just came up and just uppercut him.
Yeah, that uppercut. That the one that still has me laughing today. The end, just before the end credits.
When they were both dancing at the end credits.
Martin's face.
That's the episode I remember as a kid.
Yeah.
That episode. That is top 5 best Martin episodes.
Man, not even just in Martin, like in episodes ever. Like that one.
History.
I've never laughed so hard that when Martin goes, he looks over and then he I don't want to fight no more. He's gonna fight, but I don't want to fight no more. I love you.
I love you.
I love you, but I don't want to fight no more. But yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So definitely I would guest stars. 100%. Yeah. We definitely have to give it to Martin, man. And yeah, man. So we're like, all right, so go down to this. We run down on like characters, overall like story, like which one's story better. We've talked about the side characters, we talked about like the recurring gags, Yeah, and then, I guess we could go into who would you think? This is probably the one, and I'm glad I saved it for the end. Yeah. Who would you think like Martin and Fresh Prince appeal to? As if someone was just gonna watch like either Martin or Fresh Prince, they don't know Will, they don't know Martin. Who do you think that would appeal to? Because in my opinion, this is just my quick thoughts. I think like Martin is more of Martin. It's hard to say. I feel Martin is more of a blacker show than Fresh Prince. Am I wrong at saying that?
Yeah.
You think?
No.
Like Martin is super raw, but like with Fresh Prince, you see like it's a rich family.
Universal.
Yeah. Rich family. They live in Bel Air. You know what I mean?
Fresh Prince is like more a family show.
Yes.
Martin is catered to adults.
Yes. 100%. I think, and do you feel as well that's why like that going on to like the legacy, like do you feel like that's why Fresh Prince has more acclaim than Martin? Because like
right, because it's more relatable, has more like it's more consistent. Each episode of Fresh Prince, you can learn something about it. Mm-hmm. And for Martin was like more for adults, more It was just goofy. It was just
It
goofy.
was goofy. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could never take. There was only a handful of episodes I could take seriously. You know, like when
Yeah.
Martin quitting his job and going after his, dreams. I could like that, but like, yeah, there was some episode, as you said, like the episode where it was cold. And he didn't pay him because it was only $5. I'm like, yo, man, what? I couldn't believe. There was a lot of episodes that were funny. I can't
Right.
stress this enough. Martin, probably the funniest like show like I've ever seen, but like it definitely ultimately had more less serious episodes than Fresh Prince.
Right.
No, I'd have to agree.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, 100%. And who do you think benefited from it most, of like the two series, because, keep in mind when they first came on the scene with these series, like they got movie roles after, once they were in the series, like midway. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like they start through Bad Boys in the middle, but who do you think the show was a benefit for? Was it either Will Smith or Martin Lawrence, like as their career?
Let's see.
Hmm.
Because Will Smith really took off
Yeah,
after the Fresh Prince.
exactly. You know,
Um, he had more
Independence
blockbuster
Day, Men
films.
in
Yeah,
Black.
he had
You know,
more blockbuster films.
yeah. Hmm.
And Martin had like a short little, like I wouldn't say short,
Yeah,
but I think Will had a more longevity.
longevity. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
long lasting career.
yeah. I would 100% say, like from being that rapper, like so-called rapper to in the sixth season, you're
Hmm.
seeing him like he has that movie star material. I think he had more of a bigger evolution than Martin. You know what I mean? Because Martin pretty much, as you said, Martin Payne is pretty much Martin Lawrence, from, he's immature in the first episodes and he matures a bit, but he still has those like tendencies,
Right.
when you say, but like Will, like it just felt Will like every season he got better in his acting,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? From when you see him in the first episodes where he was just super, even the way he would dress, he would dress like so bright, so goofy. Then he became more like, Independence Day, Men in Black, it became more serious. Yeah, you could take him more seriously, near the end. But like yeah, I would definitely agree. Like I think Will benefit, most like people are always gonna know more like worldwide Fresh Prince than Martin.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Martin still that show though.
Yeah.
Won't take that away from him, but Will really
Hmm.
benefited the most from that show.
Yeah. So last impressions, like overall, so from all that we broke down, from the characters, the story, the leads, the side characters, and just like the impact, like overall, Martin versus Fresh Prince. I want to hear yours, then I'll
Man,
give. I want to hear yours. Why? And I'll give you mine after.
why do I think? Okay, what show was better than what show was? Let me see.
Yeah.
What show was better, Martin or Fresh Prince? Fresh Prince was a better show because it was consistent throughout the 6 seasons. It had impactful characters. It
Yeah.
had the most impactful characters. It had the most iconic episodes
Yeah.
from Will meeting his dad for the first time to the first episode was iconic. When he was like beating on the Cubs.
Yeah.
Um,
Ashley.
from the last episode when he's like standing alone when
Yeah.
everyone's gone, taking a look at the set one last time. Um, Fresh Prince had like so many impactful shows. It was so diverse. From it talked about racism. It talked about love. It talked about drugs. It talked about um
Yeah.
like blacks
Yeah.
dealing like with money,
Yeah.
like
Safe
being
sex,
accepted.
even like safe
Yeah, safe
sex, and yeah.
sex.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
Martin was just centered around Martin and Gina.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And yeah, no, I totally agree. And you hit it on nail on the head when you said like Martin and Gina. We don't know when season 5 hit, like late season 4, season 5, and they couldn't appear in the same episodes. You could feel that this show, it doesn't work.
right,
When you saw the demise of Martin and Gina, because that's what it centered around. Like Martin being this dude, and like Gina's was always attached. So yeah, yeah. It's funny, if you had asked me, well, for like mine, I find it first. If you had asked me, maybe like 5 years ago, I may have said Martin. I may have chosen Martin like as like an overall better sitcom, but like as you said, when you do watch these episodes, they're more iconic. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure,
they're more as you said, they're dealing with topics like real life topics. You know what I mean? Like safe sex, all these ones that you mentioned. Whereas like Martin was just like funny, like the funniest show, just turned to the max, but nothing really, you can never get anything serious from it. That's
yeah. Fresh Prince was dealing with family problems,
yeah,
family drama.
exactly. Even those episodes like when Martin, Will saw like his mom was now dating another man, and that's real stuff that happens, you know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah, that's like real stuff. But like they both like relatable shows, more in the Fresh Prince, but definitely Fresh Prince beats, when you look at it as a whole, and again, it's the legacy. I still see Fresh Prince on Netflix, but they never put Martin on.
right,
You know what I mean? So it just shows the name Will Smith still trounces, Martin. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but that's it. But yeah, any final no, you already gave your final thoughts to that. Anything else you want to add, GQ? I think we
Let me see.
yeah.
Yeah, Fresh Prince is
Yeah.
just a better show than Martin.
So you heard that, folks. GQ Jamaal chosen Fresh Prince, after much like for I finally decided Fresh Prince as well, if you look at it. But yes, guys, and it goes, let me GQ Jamaal know, what do you think of like Martin TV series and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? What do you think ultimately is the best like show,
Drop them
together? Put it
comments.
in the comments, let us know about it, and guys, if you like these videos, like when we kind of, do a versus, like, compare, you could possibly give your own topics, like we could possibly do a video, I'm sure GQ
Yeah,
Jamaal
let
would
us
be,
know.
yeah.
A closed mouth don't get fed. Let us
Thank
know. Let
you,
us know.
man. Let a
Don't
brother know,
don't be
man.
complaining. Don't be complaining about, oh, how come you haven't reviewed this show? Or
Yeah.
let us know. Let us
Please.
know.
We can't read
Yeah,
your minds, man. You know what I mean?
right.
I don't have that gift. So
I'm
you
sorry I went off on a rant, but I'm
for
just
sure.
saying, drop them comments.
Put it in the comments, and we'll get back to that very, very soon. All right. So yeah, thanks again. Taking time out your busy, and I mean busy schedule for another discussion of RichManZ, and
GQ Jamaal.
definitely check out GQ Jamaal's channel. Links will be in the description. Go subscribe to this brothers. And honestly, from like the discussions we've talked about, he has topics on Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. He's reviewed like Bad
Yes.
Boys. He's reviewed the movies that Will and Martin is definitely appearing in. So definitely go check out his channel, subscribe.
Go check out RichManZ's
Yes.
channel. Go check out his reviews. Go check out his content.
Yeah.
Like, the brother has great content.
Oh, thanks, man.
Go support both of us.
Appreciate it, man. I am even thinking I will put like my Fresh Prince and mine review in the link. So if anyone wants to check just the, review on just both of the shows, I'll put that in the links and that, So yeah, guys, we're not going to keep you long. Thank you again. And you'll catch us in another video for sure. We're definitely going to be again, So till that, it's peace from RichManZ and GQ Jamaal. Peace to
Peace.
peace. Awesome.